Hello everybody, this is Aline White Swan and this is the Mysterious Domain Tarot card readings. I have 5 stacks, so if you pick this video and you pick a stack, then your spirit led you to your reading. And I'm not going to waste any time. I'm just going to start with reading number 1, and I will put the timestamps in the comments. Last time my comments were turned off for some strange reason, which never happens. So I don't know why it happened, but I did get them on there. Okay, so this is reading number 1. This is what's covering you. This is what's crossing you. This is the internal influence, the external influence, the hidden influence, the understanding, you, the people around you, your hopes and fears, and the outcome. So what have we got here? A 4 of Pentacles reversed, learning to let go, crossed by the King of Swords. So you need to let go of stuff. Don't clutch on tightly to the material things, okay? But it's crossed by the fact that you feel you need to make a smart decision. Because the King of Swords, he's very much an executive. He's very much a decider. He's very much the organizer. And I think you very much have to, you feel that you need to do this wisely. The internal influence is the 7 of Swords. See, you've made errors before in your thinking, and you want to take the best of what you've got and just let go of, you need to make wise decisions about this. And the external influence is that you actually have a lot. So it's sort of like when you have to declutter and you have a lot of stuff and you have a lot of beautiful things with the 9 of Pentacles. You get a lot of beautiful things, right? But you need to let go, and you get a lot of decisions to make. And I don't know about you, but for me, this is very anxiety producing because it's very hard to pick and choose what to keep and what to let go of. And with the King of Swords there too, I'm almost sensing this is something you kind of have to do, whether it's a legal decision, whether it's something in the respect that something has come from on high that says, you might have to move, you might have to downsize your living situation. And because of that, you have to pick and choose what you can take and what you have to leave behind. The money has been tight, and let me see what the hidden influence, the Tower. So you've had a shakeup. Yeah, it's my sense that you might have to move or downsize your living situation, and then it's like, okay, can I make money off of letting go of some of this stuff, or do I just have to let it go? Do I have the ability to do that, or is that a waste of time? So this is a very stressful place to be, and the understanding is the Hierophant. We have had a certain cultural and economic stability, right? Because the Hierophant card is the Taurus card, and Uranus has been in Taurus, which tends to presage economic unpredictability, which is what's happening, right? So you feel that, with the Tower underneath, this is Uranus and Taurus right here. It's shaken up your stability, and your whole belief system about life, and your whole kind of settled notions or ideas and things about life and how it's supposed to be. And in a way too, internally, this 7 of Swords coming is called the Liar's card, but it's not always necessarily about a lie. It's a mental deception. It's a sense of denial sometimes, a sense of having a lot of ideas that, are now challenged. You are the Star. Now, you are the Star. The Star comes after the Tower, and there's a reason for that. Because the Tower usually shakes up something that's obsolete and that we no longer need. And when you get to the Star, it's like all of a sudden the blessing is there. Like There's that old poem, I think it's a Chinese or Japanese poem, where he says, ever since my house burned down, I have a beautiful view of the moon. And I know that's not funny for a lot of people. I'm not trying to make light of a situation where you lost your house or something like that, and you don't know where to go, and you're going to enjoy living outside. I'm not saying that, but that's kind of materially, a lot's been taken away. Not everything, though. Not everything. But you just have to decide. The star shines the light of a new awakening for you, a new way of being, a new attunement with nature. I'll look deeper into that, but this is you. You are the star. You are a spiritual person, which makes it, I don't want to say easier, it makes it, you have a philosophical, spiritual way to deal with it that's very wise. Now, people around you see misfortune, the wheel of fortune reversed. They feel that, oh my God, that's terrible what's happened to you. It's a misfortune. The wheel turned against you. Hopes and fears is the strength. You want to have the strength. And you want to draw, because you got 1, 2, 3, 4 major cards here. So 5. You want to draw on your inner strength, this star energy. You want to draw on your sense of being a sacred person, being in a sacred walk. And you have the ability to draw on that strength, because it's a very challenging time, right? And the outcome, oh gosh, the Chariot. You've got a lot of major cards, which means this is not something that's negotiable. This is inevitable. The Chariot is you moving forward. And that's a gypsy wagon. And the gypsies have a sort of a minimal life, in the sense that everything's got to fit inside the bardo or the wagon. And she's also Kundry. She has the Philosopher's Stone. She has magic, right? Like the star person. She's got magic. But you don't have a lot, but it's also kind of very opulent. What you do have, wealth isn't just about money. And this may be your lesson, that wealth isn't just about money. You have a lot of inner wealth, and you can bring that forward. They can't take that away from you. Let's just put it that way. The Hanged Man. Oh my goodness. The Page of Swords. The Page of Pentacles. And the King of Grails. Now that suggests to me that, yes, this is a blow. But again, the Hanged Man is actually a very spiritual card. He's living between life and death. But something in this card is the lady is weaving his life back together. And so one time in your life has ended cataclysmically, it seems, or shockingly ended. But the new one is beginning. And the Maiden of Swords is new ideas. And the Maiden of Pentacles is new resources. A new material, a new relationship with the material world. And the King of Grails is the Fisher King, and he's pulling the salmon of wisdom out of the sea, and he's harvesting from the subconscious mind, which is the ocean, is the subconscious mind. He's harvesting the wisdom from the subconscious mind. So it suggests to me, all of this suggests to me, and you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 major arcana cards. It just suggests to me that whatever you've lost materially, and it does feel like it's material things, the next phase of your life is going to be more, you're going to learn how to manifest from your inner core, from your spiritual sense. It's a test, it's a spiritual test actually, because if you are a spiritual person, you get tested in various ways. You get tested at the point of which you have the most attachment that is separate from God. So if it's been your physical life, your house, your goods, your lifestyle and all of that, that gets forcibly removed in order for you to learn how to use your spiritual strength and your blessings to manifest the bounty from the subconscious mind, to manifest the things that you need from a different level. And so this is the teacher, the understanding. The Hierophant's also a teacher. He's a spiritual teacher. This is Joseph of Arimathea teaching these two about the Holy Grail. So you've got a deep spiritual teaching. So I would say, yeah, sort through your stuff. Take what's most important to you. Walk away and realize that you now are spiritually set up to manifest the life that you want coming from the core and root of your being. And I think this is a very important lesson. It's a hard one. I've had hard lessons too. They've been of a different characteristic. Not that different. That's the point of all of this difficulty that you're going through. So I hope that helped. If this reading was right for you, please let me know in the comments. And let me know how it's going. You know, I want to help you all. I'm doing these readings to help people. And I really hope it does. And yeah, so take care. Give the reading a like if you liked it. And thank you very much. Reading number 2. This is what's covering you. This is what's crossing you. This is the internal influence, external influence, hidden influence, the understanding. You, the people around you, your hopes and fears, and your outcome. So the world. That's a good spot to be. You've got everything, the world card. You've got everything. But it's crossed by the boredom card. You know, the Four of Grails is receiving help and interest from other people, but you're not interested. You know, your grails are emptying out. The fairy queen is coming by to hand you a new grail, but you're too wounded in a way. This knight is wounded, you know, and he's ready to, you know, she's ready to invite him to the other side, into fairy, but he's apathetic. He doesn't care. The internal influence is that inwardly you have a very strong inner dialogue. You are, let's see, the external influence is the Eight of Pentacles. So this is related to career and work and learning to rise to another level, dedication to your purpose in life in terms of work and projects and things like that. But you have a really intense internal dialogue, I feel. So outwardly or emotionally, you may feel dry. But your mind is very active. And the hidden influence is the Knight of Spears. So everything's settled. With the World card, it's like everything's settled, but you're restless. You need to move on. So what's happened is you've got backed up passion. You've got backed up fiery energy. So you're being bored. You feel bored and depressed because you need to get this fiery energy moving. You need to get moving. The understanding is the Queen of Spears or Wands. So that is a powerful, again, these 3 fire cards. Get yourself moving. She is also a very wise and passionate person. She's the pregnant queen, you know, so that's an expression of creativity. Maybe you've had a job where you've done very well. You know, it's a job. I got a corporate job, but inside yourself, you want to do something more exciting and passionate. You want to do something more creative. Now, the sun, you're the sun. That's you. The sun is a very bright and shiny person. You want to let your light shine. You're not having your light shine in this job. It's too restricting. It's boring. It's like, oh, admin or something. Yeah. Other people around you, the devil. Now, the devil in this case, to me, feels like people who are very much locked in to this corporate job sort of place. They're very locked in. They chop their own heads off, so they don't have this passionate internal dialogue. Or if they do, they've really chopped off their heads. They've really stopped this passion, and you've kind of picked this up. You're surrounded with people who are like the Four of Cups. You know, you're surrounded with people who are bored and depressed because they've shackled themselves to the material job of love, you know, plodding along, you know, get up, go to work, come home, watch TV, go to bed, get up and do it again. You know, that whole routine that does provide for you materially, but you know, you're a person for whom that is no longer acceptable. You're the sun. I mean, you know you can shine a lot brighter. Your hopes and fears is having to make that decision. Your hope and fear. This is also about kind of divine intervention. Maybe you're hoping that something will happen, that you don't have to be the one who walks away from the job. You don't have to be the one who decides to leave your security behind. But you also know that a decision is imminent. And the outcome is temperance. So temperance means you don't get too worked. Don't make any rash decisions. In here, the hidden influence is a feeling of urgency, like I gotta go. But temperance tells you to stay calm, stay balanced, wait till the right time. Maybe you gotta save some money. Maybe you gotta sell some stuff. Maybe you've got to put some things in. Maybe you gotta start something new and go to part-time so you can get your new thing off the ground, because you can't keep bottling this up. Now, the Emperor. Of course, the Emperor is the ruler of all this corporate and all this kind of structure and all this devil. The Emperor rules all of that. So he's a formidable force, but you aspire to be an emperor in your own way, in your own reality. This is going to come up for more and more people, that the inner authority is going to take over and the outer authority is no longer going to be what you follow. Your own self is bucking the system, and you want to be that emperor in your terms. Death. Well, that's the end of the old system. Be aware that we're going through a massive change on this planet, and it has a lot to do with authoritative systems and structures coming down, and we are going to be relying on our own inner authority, answering to our own soul, our own purpose for being on the planet, our own spiritual alignment. You're feeling it. You're an early adopter, you're feeling it. Now, the past, that's thinking about the past. So what I'm seeing here, there's a past love that you've had, the Queen of Cups. That's the Six of Cups, the Seven of Cups, the Five of Cups. This tells me that perhaps, there's someone that you have to leave behind. Also, that there's someone who made this decision and didn't succeed in creating what they want. They didn't succeed in breaking the chains of the outer authority. They maybe had to go back into the work world. They had to go back into the devil realm or the emperor realm. So seeing that, because this is you thinking about someone in the past who being a grail or a cup person was also chasing illusions and dreams and being disappointed because they were a completely different personality. You're a fire, they were a water, and they were more of a dreamer and not a practical person. And this is the lesson for you, because about the Temperance card, you have to not be rash and just jump over the fence. You've got to plan. You've got to structure your transition from here to there so that you don't fall through the cracks, maybe like this person did, so that you don't get lost in the maze. But like I'm saying, you also may be struggling with, like I say, with a relationship that ended, that it kind of pulled the rug out from under you and wounded you in this way. And then you realize that, I gave everything, I worked hard, I did all this for this relationship, and she left me anyway, and now I don't have to do that anymore. I can do what I need to do. If you're the sun, you're the fire, you're ready to, you have a lot that you need to do, because this is urgency, this is fire. And this person kind of washed away. It's like they kind of just faded and washed away as an example of someone who didn't succeed trying to leave the corporate world, or as a relationship that you were in and you were supporting and you thought you were committed and you thought everything was, you were working for something, and then they faded away, they left, and now you feel like, well, what am I doing here? Why am I here? I don't need to do this anymore. So let me know which one applies to you. You know, I'd like to know if this relates to you. Yeah, if you like the video, please like it. If you didn't like it, then don't like it, but don't dislike it. But really, that's a tricky place to be. I mean, you're feeling what everybody needs to feel, to be honest. Okay, reading number 3. Covering you, crossing you, internal influence, external influence, the hidden influence, the understanding, you, people around you, your hopes and fears, and your outcome. If these readings are too quick, you know, you can ask questions. I have no problem if you ask questions, looking a little deeper, and I can answer you in the comments. I got no problem with that. 2 of Swords. So you're kind of trying to not let your emotions get involved with something, or, you know, this is like a truce crossed by the Ace of Spears. So, well, let me just take a look. Inwardly, you have a wish. Outwardly, you have Jesus on the cross. That card doesn't come up all the time. So when that's it, the Holy Grail. You have a lot of desire. You have a lot of wishes. And perhaps you're a religious person. Or if not a religious person, you're aware of certain spiritual and moral, natural laws that are in place that you bring into the situation. So you want to begin something new. You have a new impetus. And the hidden influence is the 3 of Spears. And what the 3 of Spears is the triple moon goddess weaving life back into the wasteland. So if you've been in a kind of emotionally dry space, you're beginning to feel more desire coming to you again. And the understanding is you have new ideas. The Knight of Swords, you want to go for something new. And the external influence, this is also the great sacrifice, isn't it? So you've got a moral dilemma here. Now you have 8 of Cups. You've walked away from some emotional situations. You've seen the white stag leading you to the Holy Grail. So you're seeing, you've kind of matured in a way. You're going through a growth spurt inwardly with your inner self. The weaving goddess is weaving within you, the hidden influence. She's weaving something new. Ace of Wands. Yeah, she's weaving something new. And you're picking up from the lightning and the ethers that something new is coming. And you're being spiritually guided, and your desires are welling up from within you. People see this in you. The Page of Spears, they see this in you, that you've got a new energy coming. But this is also messages from your environment. This is somebody coming in to help you to take the next step, to see the next step, like a guidance. Your hopes and fears is that you want to retreat. But this is a 4 of Swords and this is a 2 of Swords. So the swords, these are about kind of pulling into your shell in a way to think and contemplate. This is about not wanting to deal with anything, right? This one is about taking space to recuperate, download, ponder, really to actively think in your own space about what it is your next step is and what you need to do. And the outcome is the 4 of Spears. Now that's beautiful. This 3 turns into the 4. You finally know what it is that you want to do and need to do. And it's a celebration, it's joy, it's happiness, like finally I know what I'm going to do and I'm going to go do that. The High Priestess. Now the High Priestess with the Four of Wands to me is a very intuitive, that you've gone from being like a bit of a hermit and being spiritually guided here to being master of your intuition and master of your, where other people maybe have sent messages or given you the guidance, now you have your own guidance. And that results in an Ace of Pentacles, which of course is the seed of a new beginning of a material level. We're on Earth. Everything we do has to have a material outcome for us to survive, at least the way it is now. And so you go through all of this psychological, spiritual, emotional process. You need to have a material reward. And you've done this in a very interesting way because everything has led you to trusting your intuition and your senses and who to follow and what to follow, because you have a good foundation in terms of values and moral choices. But it leads to you mastering your intuitive abilities and manifesting an Ace of Pentacles, a Two of Pentacles, and a Five of Pentacles. Okay, look, what this tells me is when you begin the new path and you get that Ace of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, you need to learn to balance your spending, balance your money, and not get yourself in the poorhouse, okay? Also, you may be doing something that helps people, because this is a card of healing, helping people. If you've got a resource or you've got these abilities, maybe you're going to be a psychic or a healer or something like this. And you might have to start a new practice or business, and you're going to have to juggle your money for a while, but you're helping people. You need to help people. It's what's in you. I mean, this looks very much like a healer's pattern, to be honest, because you've been tuning into the inner life has been welling up with a Christian value system of charity and kindness to people and helping and healing people, and then, you know, leaving your emotional issues behind. Like it's something you kind of do in therapy, isn't it? You take those old problems and they're gone, and then you move on, and people around you getting the guidance you need, and you get a very contemplative, intuitive, deep thinking nature. And then this, you know, when I see that, I just think of a healer, or a psychic, or an intuitive, maybe a tarot card reader or something like that, where you are helping people. You make a foundation, and you have to, anything you get into, you have to juggle your money for a while. You know, it just takes a while for you to get known. It takes a while for people to become aware of you. So you have to be careful with your money, but you could be helping a lot of people. That's your goal. So think of that. Just keep that foremost in your mind. Okay? So I hope that helps. And let me know in the comments that whether this is sounds relevant or not. And yeah, give me a like, or not, whatever. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Reading number 4. This is what's covering you. Oh, I'll keep doing that. This is what's crossing you. Internal influence, external influence, the hidden influence, the understanding, you, the people around you, your hopes and fears, and the outcome. Okay, well, the Six of Swords, you're going over the sword bridge. You're crossing away from something, and there's justice. You have to do it. You have to cross from where you are to another side. Inwardly, the Knight of Pentacles, again, it's a person with a lot of methodical, practical knowledge. He's very much tied to the land. Let's see. Externally, 10 of Pentacles. So that's your family, your fortune, wealth, material wealth. So you've got a lot of, you're very confident about finances and properties and all of that, family and all of that. The internal influence, or the hidden influence, I mean, is the burnout. So you're feeling burdened by all this success that you've had. You're feeling burdened by your wealth, your family, you're burned out. Maybe this is the fourth reading, and they've all been about people having to move from one reality to another. It's so fascinating. And the understanding is the Hermit. So, okay, maybe you have a big, noisy family, lots of property to take care of, lots of things to do, but you just want to be a hermit. You're burned out. You just want to go someplace by yourself. And justice is like also about balancing the scales, right? So maybe, you're kind of dreaming of another land. So, it's sort of like when they say money can't make you happy. I mean, it can make you less anxious or make you more calm, I think. But in your case, you're dreaming of something different. You want to be alone. You want to be alone. Yeah, you're the King of Pentacles. Maybe just you're too content. You're too happy. You're too comfortable. You're too comfortable. People around you see the Ten of Swords. So your Ten of Spears, this is your hidden influence, is the burnout, and people are noticing that you're depressed. The Ten of Swords is like, maybe you're seeing other people around you. Maybe the world is depressing you. Maybe everything around you is just Ten of Swords. It's like, oh my God, everything's going to hell in a handbasket, and I don't know, maybe I can't hold on to what I've got, or maybe I have to learn how to do without all this material well-being that I have. But you're not. You're a very comfortable person on that level. Maybe the people in your family are going, you get 3 10s here. Maybe people in your family are depressive, they're just negative, and it's giving you a bad vibe, and that's why you're burned out and why you want to be alone. Hopes and fears. You want a Queen of Pentacles. This is interesting. A nice, compatible person in your life who's like you, like-minded. Maybe you're one of these people that clashes with your family over political things or something. Cultural stuff. Maybe that's what's happening too. I could see that being here, and you're fed up with it. And you just want to find a like-minded person to talk to. The outcome is the Three of Cups, or that's grace. That's grace. You have an inner beauty about you which got lost. You have an inner heart and a soul, and you want to be that. You don't want to be this person who's constantly having to deal with negativity around you. Oh, and a Three of Pentacles. So there's 2 3s, a Fool, a Nine of Swords. Let me see here. Again, the Fool kind of mirrors the Hermit in the sense that they're out on their own. The Hermit is wise. The Fool is not wise, but when you get these together, you're a wise fool. But you're going to come up against trouble, because the people around you, they're not making you happy. This is you finding people that make you happy. Out there in the world, you found some Three of Cups and Three of Pentacle people. Creative people, fun people, a new endeavor, a new path, a new job. It's out there, but when you do this, the Nine of Swords, you're going to have to go against this family. You're going to have to go against your relatives, all of this. And it keeps you awake at night. But the Magician with the Nine of Spears and the Eight of Spears here tells me that once you get over that fear, because the swords are all in the mind, once you get past this fear and you realize what you really want to do, the magician, your skills you maybe haven't been using, you're going to rally your energy and you're just going to go. The Eight of Spears. You're just going to do what you want. You're not going to worry about what they think. You're not going to be burdened anymore by all these people around you being negative. You know those like-minded people are out there, and you're going to go. You know a lot. You actually have, like, to be, you got 1, 2, 3, 4 major cards. And they're all about wisdom, skill, knowledge, and taking this breath of fresh air, new path, and justice. Meant to be. Karma. Meant to be. You're not meant to stay in this situation with people who just keep burning you with their negativity. You're just not meant to be in that. You're meant to be happy and joyful and doing something you like. You just got to get over this worry, the fear of upsetting the apple cart. Because once you do that, you're the magician. You've got lots of passion and resources, and then you won't be able to stay in it anymore. You're just going to do what you want. I'm not necessarily seeing you leaving your home or leaving, but within this matrix, you're going to do what you want. You're going to follow your passion. So, I hope that helped. And if it did, please let me know. Leave a like. Okay, reading number 5. Whoop. Covering you, crossing you, internal influence, external influence, the hidden influence, the understanding. This is you, people around you, hopes and fears, and the outcome. All right. Well, these are the Seven of Spears. You're kind of on the defensive. You have to have courage. You're in a spot where you need courage, and you're crossed by the moon. So the moon is like facing the darkness, facing the murky, shadowy realm where the only light is the moon and the stars, and but on the earth it's dark, and you don't know what's going to happen. Internally, you're a 7 of Pentacles. Again, 2 sevens here. 7 of Pentacles is, you kind of followed through with things to a point and then you give up, which is why you need courage, I guess. External influence is the Knight of Cups, Knight of Grails. So there's someone who's come into your life with a kind of an emotional offer, a charming person, a charmer. And the moon being there is like, you're not sure about this person. You can't see whether they're good or bad for you. You can't tell. Deep inside, it's the Lover's card. You need to make a decision. It's a love decision. It's a romantic decision. And the understanding is a 3 of Swords. So a potential lover comes into your life. You really want the real thing. You want to make the right decision in love, but you've had some bad luck in the past. You've had communication problems. You've had a lack of effort. I used to know this guy that told me he used to fall asleep on relationships. He'd get into one, and then just after a while, he'd just lose interest. It would be like it would just die on him. And this is kind of looks like that to me. Here's you. You're very generous, 6 of Pentacles. You like a nice give and take. You like to give, and you like to be supportive financially and giving gifts, and you like to do all of that. The people around you, you feel they're judging you because you've been single for too long, all your relationships go bad, you're not doing it right, and it makes you feel worse, like, oh my God, this can be like the onslaught, these 7 of Spears, like the onslaught of all these judgments that you're feeling from other people, And then your hopes and fears. You really want to find that Empress. You want to find that beautiful person, that one, that's the one. You want to find the one. And you're willing to do a lot. You're willing to be romantic and give to this one. And again, the Ace of Cups. You want the real deal. So you don't know if this is the real deal or not. That's kind of where you're at. Is that person the real deal? Is this the one you want to invest in? Is this the one that will stop the judgments? Is this the one that is true love for you? Oh my goodness, 2 of Cups. So you're hoping this Knight of Grails turns into this Empress. 5 of Wands and the Maiden of Grails. What you need to do is, you've got an inner clash because of your past experiences, your past losses and relationships that didn't work out. You've got to fight that fear in you, or that old pattern, because this is coming in again. This is another Maiden of Grails, Knight of Grails. This is coming in again, offering you true love. Wow. So here's a victorious queen, the Queen of Swords. If you're a woman, I'm going to tell you that these past experiences created so much anxiety in you that you literally will not let the love in. It's nothing about the person that's knocking on your door. It's that you will not let it in. You can do that, but it's not a very happy situation. I'd say you got to take a chance. If you're a man, then this woman, this Empress, or this that's coming in, is upsetting your equilibrium. She's upsetting she's causing an inner clash in you, because you have a lot of anxiety as well about relationships and about love, and you don't want to get trapped in the wrong thing. This has been your problem all along. You don't want to get stuck in the wrong thing, because then you invest and then it doesn't work, and then you get all the judgment. But you got to let all that go. I actually think this is the worst card in the reading, because this is other people, letting other people decide for you what you're going to do with your own love life. And the Lovers is a major card, and these are major cards. So your lesson is love, the Empress, the Moon is all feminine here. The Empress and the Moon, that's feminine, and the Judgment. You need to not get lazy, and you need to not overinvest, but you need to go with your heart. You need to go with your heart, realize you're going to have some inner conflict, because it's almost like a person who on a soul level has not been good at relationships in past lives. You've not been good at relationships in general, and this is like you're learning how to do it. You can't continue to you can't let the ghosts win. You can't let the past people win. Whatever they did that wanted to cause you to lose your faith in love, you can't let them win, because they no longer exist. They're a ghost. You got to take a chance. I would suggest you take a chance, but just don't jump in head over heels. Just be cautious, but don't push this one away, because they could be the real thing. They could be what you've been looking for all your life. So that's my suggestion. I hope it helps. And please let me know. Let me know in the comments. Does it help? I hope so. Give me a like if you liked it. And take care. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.